in the Cabbage.
Welcome to In the Cabbage. This is crazy.
This is pretty bananas right now that we're actually doing this.
I'm Tommy Swain, Andrew Witt. Please subscribe, please listen, please download, like. And just a reminder, keep swinging. Welcome back to In the Cabbage. To my right or your left, Andrew Witt.
What up, fam?
What up, buddy? Hey, right off the top of the hour, we're going to do this here. I've been watching other podcasts do it. We need to start doing it.
Oh, God, what is it?
You guys got to like, comment, subscribe.
I hate that shit, but God damn it, you guys make us say it.
Yeah.
You know?
Just subscribe. We see the Instagram videos getting thousands of views.
Has it really been thousands?
No.
It's been hundreds of thousands.
It's been millions and millions. Yeah, we need comments. We need likes. We need subscribers on the YouTube.
And honestly, it's like more of like a tell your friends too. Because like the coolest thing happened recently where I heard a buddy of ours like was listening to the pod too. And I was like, that's so cool. Like I had no idea they were listening. But go ahead and share that. That's great that you're listening.
Yeah, tell your friends. Don't be afraid here.
Tell the homies.
You know. But moving on from that, what's up, buddy? It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a little while. It's been a while. I mean, you just been living the life of leisure and nice little gloomy weather, beautiful scenes over in the
Scotland, Ireland area.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a blast. You know, sorry, I see something tragic on the screen, and I need to make sure this doesn't happen.
What is that?
It's asking us to restart, and we can't have that.
No. Hold, friends.
Hold the whole thing on.
We just come to you with literally raw editing.
Raw editing.
We raw dog this thing. We literally I clip the vid, no audio clips, and that thing goes up. So we're coming to you live time, so just kind of know that.
Should we just restart here?
No, I think we just let it flow.
Okay.
I think we're just segmenting here. Way to dodge the haymakers.
You gotta keep an eye on that because
stay in the pocket, bob and weave.
That might come back to bite us. It said tomorrow at 12, so we have till 12. So we'll be done before then.
We hope so. I hope so.
So anyways, back from Ireland and Scotland, the land of my people, kinda. Mainly Madison's people. My people are from England, Germany.
Yeah. Could have guessed that one.
French.
Could have guessed both those.
Yeah. We. That
was too good.
Yeah, man. It was a blast.
Can you give me like, did you have any like crazy fever over there where you were like, damn, I could travel more. Like, this
yeah,
is really
for sure.
cool.
I mean, like,
because that's a fun, exciting thing when I go traveling, or the itch that I currently have to travel is wanting that, like, this is so freaking cool. It's like seeing colors for the first time.
Well, you mean you lived in London and you visited so many awesome countries and did so many cool things out there, which has got to be a blast.
Totally, which is why I totally have that itch, and I've got that want or urge, and I know what that's like, and I'm kind of craving that too.
Right.
I think both Katie and I are, because we're really trying to make that trip to Japan happen now, and it's like, I think that's one of the main pushes. It's like, maybe like kids down the line, who knows what the future holds? Let's just do it now. It sounds great.
Yeah,
because so much fun.
You know, if you listen to videos like Madison and I, became with this option, right? Like, are we going to travel this year? And we kept putting it off, like, kind of like, I think a very typical California millennial wedding now is like no honeymoon, buy a house.
Right.
At least in California.
You're trying to stay afloat in this goddamn housing market. You're like, I got all efforts over there. Yeah.
Like, would you rather spend $10K on a honeymoon, which is like kind of what people will spend sometimes, or even $3K on a honeymoon? Or would you like all that money to go to a house? So it's just was the kind of a decision we made. But unfortunately, like these like big vacations kind of get pushed off because you buy a house and then you wait for a bit.
Shit happens.
And then we always see these old people being like, man, I wish I would have traveled more when I was younger.
Is this like an Instagram thing, or is
yeah.
Instagram will really get you.
Oh my God. It's like,
but it's true though, right?
Yeah. I mean, you hear from anyone who's like, around that age. It's like, I wish we would have traveled when we were younger. And my grandparents used to do cruises to like European countries all the time.
Yeah, you used to do those all the time when you were a kid as well.
Yeah, and they always said they wish they would have done it
Earlier. No one ever talks about experiences, hardly ever, and brings up like money spent. It always seems like it's money well spent.
Yeah, like at the time you're hurting. We'll go over some things like funny gift shop stories and all that stuff. But yeah, it was a blast. Like it makes you, I think, traveling, like the big takeaway for me is makes you re-fall in love with your routine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're a big routine guy.
For me, it was like come back, like I miss kind of having like a little bit of a routine.
Because when you're traveling, it's all random, it's all new. Sure.
Right. And that's great and it's awesome and it's super fun. But then there's moments you're like, man, I kind of wish I had something. People were tired. They say they missed their routine. People were just habits. They'd be like, routine. It's like, 14 days of like not hitting the gym for you consistently when you want.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you kind of missed the podcast. You're like, I can kind of like go back to maybe not a job, but like something like a hobby you miss doing.
Right.
But anyways,
or just like some friends or family that could be another
like that
thing
was mainly,
as well.
That was mainly it.
I think it's also just the sheer time difference that it is as well. Because I mean, when you're ending your day, I'm kind of starting my day, so that kind of ixnays work for me at times. Like I'm like firing emails, so
right.
I can see why you would want the the balance and the routine in your life. I guess you just gotta like scratch that itch, but like not for like you just gotta do it more often. You can just do like a week and a half.
Yeah,
trips.
like we still want to go trips next year. Like I think we're gonna try to do Hawaii with my family. December.
Hawaii's great. When's the last time you've been to Hawaii?
Forever. I can't wait to go back.
Hawaii is awesome.
My dad just went to Hawaii for 2 weeks. The same time, like we left and got back at the same time.
Hawaii's great.
And he was like, man, I wish I had more days out there. And by the end of my trip, I was like, can't wait to get back home. So Hawaii is like a place where it feels like a fairy tale almost.
Dude, it's pure paradise. It's weird.
Yeah.
It like you don't understand island time. You're like, oh, I get it kind of. It's like a weird cliche that you're like, I can kind of understand and I can get behind this. Because you're just out there and everything is just so beautiful. The weather's just perfect all the time. And you're just like, everyone's just chilling. Everyone's just kind of like super nice. Especially if you go not to like the main big city.
Right.
But like you go a little bit more non-touristy, I feel like. Yeah, it's really, really cool.
It's it's a weird place to be out there. And you kind of like island fever too, which I hear is weird to get when you first move out there. Like going to college out there would be insane.
Yeah, that would be nuts.
That's like one of those weird college-y experiences.
You're just like, I'm going to go to college on this island.
I'm going to go to college in Hawaii. and then no one's ever been like, I really regret that decision.
No, never. That's money well spent.
Yeah, people never go back and like say that was awful. But yeah, Scotland, Ireland. We started off in Scotland, landed in Edinburgh. Unreal. Like one of the oldest cities I feel like I've ever been like walking around. Like Rome felt old in parts and areas of it.
Yeah.
All of downtown Edinburgh is like old.
That's cool.
It's like everywhere you walk, it's like feels like cobble streets.
It's weird how that like, totally changes the aura and how you're like viewing what you're looking at. You know, you're like, this shit's been here for a long time.
Yeah, it's like pretty crazy when you get to some of those pubs and it's like, damn, this shit is old.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
The wood's almost like warping from the people that have like rubbed their drinks
through it,
right, and walk through and like
like the pub culture is unreal. Like it's been my takeaway from drinking in Ireland and Scotland. Americans are doing absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
Drinking in Ireland and Scotland is like such an enjoyable experience because it's kind of like the culture out there, right? Like going to get a pint like every night. It sounds
like the ultimate no fuss. Hey, let's just go meet up and like hang out for like an hour.
Yeah.
Or
it's
two.
legitimately like, let's go catch the soccer match at this pub.
Right. And you just walk there.
Yeah. And you walk there and there's like not just that pub. There's 15 other pubs you can go to.
Yeah.
Like having a fun night. is like very easy to do and not like a fuss.
Sure.
Like out here, it's like you gotta drive to like Newport. It's like, do we Uber there? Do we, like we gotta drive to Laguna Beach or Costa Mesa?
It's not easy. It's a minimum of a 10-minute to 15-minute commitment. I would say it's more so closer to like 20-25.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of people are doing it, and it's not like your community. So
you don't have to worry about like drinking and driving really, or like it's so close. I feel like if we have to go out now, it is like you have to like plan for like a good 4 hours of like going and hanging out somewhere.
Yeah, like going to the bar, doing something there.
Because you have to Uber and you have to like coordinate all of that stuff. So it's just so much more casual. You can just like cruise on in, watch the game on a Thursday night, have 2 pints, and then just like be on your way.
Yeah, and just do your thing.
Just walk home.
Or if you guys are feeling it, you guys want to go have fun, super easy to be like, all right, we're going to go turn up. And it's also, there's always something going on. Every night in Scotland, I went pretty much like in a new spot I was in, would go get a pint somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Or try to like walk around at night just to get the vibe. And every time I walked into someone, there was people in a bar. It was never like dead anywhere.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Even like in small little towns that we stopped in one night, which were some of like the most impressive, were popping off. So Edinburgh, when we played golf, which we'll break down here a little bit. I always forget it's Dumbarnie. I don't want to say the wrong course. So Dumbarnie Links, it's about 20 minutes south of St. Andrews.
What a name that is.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And
can't let that one slide.
Dumbarnie. Yeah. It was 20 minutes south of St. Andrews. Golf out there is just so expensive.
Is it really?
Yeah, you just don't really like expect it because you always hear like golf culture out there, but it's like for the locals. So traveling out there and doing it can be really expensive. I'm sure there's like public tracks we could have found, but when you go out that far,
you want to go
playing some like random unis. I'm only playing one round. If I was playing,
because you're going with family and you're going with Madison,
right? And we're going with her parents. So people who don't golf all the time, it's got to be a fun experience,
right?
This golf course.
So you're just going to play basically one round, and how much how much of this course or experience can we squeeze out of like the best price kind of?
Right. Like I'm not going to go play Carnoustie.
Oh like, shit, how much does that cost?
That would have been like $550 a person.
A person?
Yeah, it was around there. $300 a person, plus you got to rent clubs, and the course isn't easy.
You need a caddy too?
Probably going to have to do caddies.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So like a trip to Scotland and Ireland, like...
Yeah, so you're trying to get, what's the most scenic course for like 150, 180?
Yeah, I think our round was still like 175, 180.
Yeah.
Getting like 200s.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy when you start looking at it just as a golf round.
Yeah.
Like I could buy like I could buy a Nintendo Switch for like $350. That's with me for life, dog.
For as long as it
Mario Kart in my back pocket, like
right, yeah. It was tough, but it was a blast. It was so cool to play like a link style golf course. Of course, the golf course I picked is like not. I've heard like other people say it's a links course, but it's not like a true style links course. Even like the people there will say there's elements of it being linksy, but
how so? I guess
the wide open fairways. Some of the fairways are huge,
right?
And that's not super typical of like a traditional link style course.
Oh, I didn't really know that. I thought it was traditionally wide fairways.
Yeah, but he said something that like they were a little bit wider than something. It was hard to hear because I'm like, I don't know. It feels pretty linksy out here. Maybe he was trying to be a purist. I was a guy. I was it was nice.
Yeah.
But that, and I guess like it was built. There's parts of it that are like built on the sand. There's parts that aren't. Blah blah blah. And it's also really long. It's like one of the longest courses in Scotland. If not the longest.
How many do they do yards over there? Actually?
They do.
How many yards is that?
It was like 7,000. I didn't play from sevens.
Holy moly! Could you imagine playing there from 7,000?
Yeah, it was like 7,200, 7,300.
Oh my God, that's so much
for
course.
The tips, for like tips, and they'll show you where it's at. And you're playing on the ocean. It's a course on the beach. Windy.
You had some like nice weather where like it wasn't super windy, but it gets windy there too.
Yeah, it gets super windy.
Damn. So what'd you play? 67?
Played 64, 63s.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because it's me and the father-in-law. And, and to be honest, like I'm not even really keeping score. I'm out there just to like have fun. I'm with rental clubs.
Yeah.
I gotta keep the wife, like I'm a clown out there. I keep her entertained.
Right.
Can't have her crapping out on me on the 8th hole. You know what I mean?
That's a long day.
It's a long day. And we had to walk.
Right. Which is really cool.
Which was fun. It was just exhausting towards like hole 14 when the weather got really poor.
Yeah.
And then the girls are they've lost energy at this point.
Right.
And everyone's cold, and I'm just out here just like swinging the rock as much as I possibly can. Customer service all time.
Super cool.
The laid-back vibe of it, awesome. Whiskey shot to start. They give you a whiskey shot
really cool
to start it off.
Well, and you handed me the like starter bag, which is really cool as well. So like what comes in that? Is it the bag itself?
Bag, it had some balls in it, tees, like a divot fix, and then like the breakdown of the holes, which you need. We didn't get a caddy. I just didn't want to spend the extra, money. And I didn't think it was worth it. I knew we weren't going to take it seriously. Like, we're just going to be like, all right, caddy, hurry it up.
Well, you also, I was going to say, I feel like it breaks up the team or like family dynamic a little bit too.
Right. Like, I don't really care. And I can get enough yards to read for us for what we're playing,
Yeah, for sure.
Father-in-law balling out off the rip.
Really?
Plays great to his style. He's got to keep it low. He does that really well.
That's true.
And then ball rolls out forever out there.
That is his course. Just smack it down the middle.
Smack it down the middle. And then he'll try to get like fancy with the chips and stuff like that. I had trouble with the driver.
Yeah, if it's not your ping, I feel like it's hard to pick up a random driver.
Yeah, it was tough for sure.
I feel like I can do almost all clubs, but having a weird weighted or like something doesn't feel right with the driver, I feel like things can really go awry for me as well.
I could have just piped hybrids the whole time and been fine. That's the yardage we were playing at.
Yeah.
And there's just like distances that were weird, like cutting through, missed the ball right, it was gone, couldn't find it. It was a great course though. Greens, super hard, like tough. So like we were talking about a bit.
So like, are they like as sloped?
They're sloped. You have to miss. You're not aiming for the flag out there in like style golf.
Yeah.
Which I realize you're aiming for a piece of the green. Like where do you want your ball to end up so it rolls back towards the hole? Because if you fly at the flag and you land on the flag, it's off the back.
Yeah.
Like in the middle or the back of the green, it's off the back. Even like front flags, landing it like on the green with some pace is rolling off the back.
That's so crazy. What if you had wedge in your hand? You could stop that, right?
Yeah, probably. I never nipped one well enough to like really do it.
No, not like pitching wedge, like a full like 120 shot.
No.
You can't?
No, you fly those off the back if it's coming in hot.
How? You hit it so high.
I know. Like I landed a couple of them, which I thought were long, but the back of the greens brought the ball back. Like hit the flag and like rolled off.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. It was tough.
I can't picture that for whatever reason.
I mean, I had you had to land short of everything.
Right.
So I've been naturally just hitting the ball a little bit longer than I usually do because my swing is I'm starting to lose the big left to right.
Yeah, you're straightening out the ball flight way more.
So some more distance is coming
nice.
from that, but my aiming is off now also from that.
Yeah,
so
you're just missing left to target, which you kind of
long.
Which is where you like never miss. Right, you're always short right. Okay, that's a good thing though. That means you're just hitting straighter, more pure shots.
Right, which is great. So I just need to adjust for that at some point.
Stop hitting it so good, okay?
Right, and then I'll go play the Ryder Cup and I can't hit it at all. But
I'm just dropping bombs on you over here. By the way, I don't know if you're
no, I'm not
getting a whiff of this.
I'm not getting any whiffs.
That's great.
my nose is like hardly working right now.
Okay.
Because I got sick out there, which is
like
always usual. I'll never be as sick as I was for London.
Oh my God, dude. You were sick as a dog.
I was sick the whole time.
We did ourselves also no favors. I thought we were going to bounce back. You know,
we did.
We did ultimately,
Spain,
but
we bounced back
in a big way. But it took a good like 4 days after that, I feel like.
Amsterdam, we bounced back after like day one.
Prague was brutal.
Prague was unbelievable.
Prague might as well have just been like just a big old neutral city other than that pizza shop that we had.
Yeah, man, that was so tough because people go like fly to Europe just to go see Prague.
I know.
we now, hey, we went everywhere.
We did. We were walking zombies, dude.
It didn't matter. We woke up, we drank whatever we fucking had to, wrapped up in 15 jackets, and saw every piece of that old city.
The castle was really sick.
We walked to the castle.
Yeah, it's really cool. The
I
bridges.
don't know how we did that.
I think we logged like 9 miles that day or something crazy.
We just walked everywhere.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And I don't remember any of it.
Yeah.
I remember the castle.
It's a ghost town up there.
The church was super cool. I remember seeing the church is probably my favorite thing we saw.
Yeah.
The really old church.
Yeah, the church was dope. We also saw that like weird like medieval like part of the castle.
Oh, that was
type,
cool too.
Type vibe, that village. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. It was actually cool.
Very strange though.
Yeah, it was strange, but I remember it being fun. We didn't go out.
And then we got fucked by that food vendor.
Oh, my God. That guy almost ruined my trip. Dude, we were doing so well with spending money. We didn't spend like we just ate pizza and drank water.
That Italian restaurant was something special.
Yeah. So we should probably break that down because I'm sure this is going to be a trip podcast.
Perfect. I love it.
Andrew and I have strep throat. Andrew just got strep throat from me, or something's going on with both of us. We're dying.
Yeah, we're off.
And we walk by a pizza place, and it has Napoleon.
So I didn't even know this at the time.
Yeah.
Is it Napoli? Neapolitan is an ice cream.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, it has Italian style pizza, and it has like a sticker on the outside of it. And when you see the sticker, it looks like a Renaissance person, like in a mask. If you see that sticker,
does it have like a tomato and stuff?
Yeah,
like that
it's
on it too?
You can see it. It stands out. If you see that on the outside of any pizza restaurant, they have certain qualifications where these people from Italy fly in, and they have to have these qualifications. They have to have like 00 flour from Italy, San Marzano tomatoes, pizza oven.
From like the region.
Yeah, a pizza oven, buffalo mozzarella.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to have like those ingredients or you can't have the sticker. And
which is so sick. I had no idea this even existed.
Right.
And I'd commend you because I was not that into food like you were yet, like we are now.
Yeah.
And that was when I felt like I kind of had that little spark ignite with that restaurant, truly.
Yeah.
If there was the one thing that was most memorable from the Prague trip, the castle was great. I felt like I was just kind of like a zombie, but that pizza stuff was really cool because that was a special restaurant. There's only like how many in the world?
It's not as many as you would think. I don't know exactly, so I don't want to throw it out. It's like a rough
number of like 100 maybe, right?
I would say a little higher than that. Like maybe like we're getting to the 250s, 300s.
Yeah.
Like if you see that outside of a pizza restaurant, you can guarantee the pizza's gonna be fire in there. So
coolest thing about this place though, break it down for us.
Yeah, we walked in, we went dinner, and we're like, ooh, dinner's a little expensive, but they're like, you should come back for our lunch special. And it was like,
that was right. That was next day.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We're like, okay, we'll just grab some bread or whatever. And she's like, well, you gotta come back from the lunch special. Dinner, we have no reservations, but our lunch special, you can just walk up. It's all you can eat pizza and pasta and like beer for 30 euros. I think I'm going high.
You're going high. I was going to say like $25.
Yeah, I think it was like 25.
Like US dollars. So it was like probably like 20 euros.
Yeah, it was around there. And we're like, there's no way that's real. Whatever. Well, we're going to do it regardless. And so we came back the next day and holy fuck. They were dishing it out. They weren't lying.
The craziest thing too is that they got like the Brazilian steakhouse style where it's like red paddle means like I'm good on that, or like green's like
Bring on the pizza.
Bring it all over.
And it was
all
the amazing slices, like spicy salami. They had like anchovy pizza. They had like,
they had mushroom. They had just pure red sauce pizza. That was actually one of my most favorite bites.
Yeah.
Was just the tomato sauce pizza. I'm like, oh my God, this should not be this good.
Yeah. And then the pastas were awesome too. They brought carbonara out. Truffle pasta. They had like, they brought like a fettuccine out as well at some points.
Everything in the book.
Homemade pasta noodles as well. Ravioli. And we just fucking gorged for an hour and 30.
Yeah, basically. It was sickening.
And we just went back and slept. I think we ate and slept.
Still probably top 5 sleeps in my life.
Oh my God, yeah.
Best naps ever.
We were going to go out that night. I think it was like one of our last nights in Prague.
Yeah.
And we're like, bro, no way.
I think that's when we just like kind of walked the town a little bit.
We just walked like around the
You know
area.
what? We had one of the best little desserts. These are just incredible.
Yeah, the chimney cakes.
Oh my God, I've never had that before, but if you're a fan of churros, you need to seek out a chimney cake.
Yeah,
ASAP.
Absolutely.
ASAP,
it's what you're missing now.
It is basically a churro dough, but that is wrapped around this like steel coal or like cast iron like situation cylinder, and they roast it over like coals, and you get that like smoky, like bread, roasty, but still super chewy texture.
Yeah.
Covered in brown and sugar and cinnamon. Put a big old scoop of like Nutella and ice cream in there.
Yeah.
My God. It's something special.
When you like desserts, it's saying something because you hate desserts.
If you're a churro lover, like I am, like I can eat a churro basically at any time of the day.
Yeah.
For me at least. That and like a cinnamon roll. Cinnamon roll just hits, dude.
Yeah, you like cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, couple bites. I can't do a whole thing. That's insane. Those massive cinnamons. But yeah, anyways, getting sidetracked. That dessert was fire.
I love that. It's it was just all time doing that Prague trip. But then Amsterdam was great. But anyway, so Scotland was a blast. I will say some like low notes of the trip. We'll get those out of the way. I've heard nothing but amazing things about the people out there and how friendly they are and how much they want to talk to you.
Okay.
I didn't get that vibe.
Really?
A lot. There was moments of it for sure.
Put your head down kind of a thing?
Maybe, no, not put your head down, but there's no one like actively coming to try to talk to you.
That's fair.
Right. But I thought it was like...
hey, everyone's like greeting everyone.
Yeah, it's like cheers. That's how everyone makes it sound. It's like a very normal reaction. Maybe people are so bad at like talking that like when people actually talk back, they're like, oh my God, they're so friendly out here. It's like I had like very normal conversations I would with anyone at like a random
My
bar.
question for you is how many times did you say the word what?
Not much.
Really?
I understood my people.
The accent for me is not difficult in London, but let's say when you go up north and you get some of that Scottish twang in there.
Yeah.
It's hard to follow along at times for me.
There was, for sure there was moments like
I do Asian accents way better. I can cut right through those.
I mean, those are tough for me. Maybe it's just my people. I'm hearing the language of my ear. I've been tough to be. People have a hard time understanding me. So
that's not true. I understand you completely.
Yeah,
there's totally
Tommy.
You have no choice.
You really don't. It's either you understand or you don't. And there's definitely been moments you have to decipher to people what's going on. Like the worst of it I ever had, like for not understanding someone, was at the airport the last day. Some girl's like, I'm like, do you guys have mayo? And she said, we have ketchup or brown sauce. And she had like a bite of food in her mouth. And it was like gibberish. It was like, blah, 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 blah. I just looked at her and I go, huh? And the guy started laughing next to me. He's like, she asked if you want ketchup or brown sauce. And she started to laugh because she thinks she realized how much I didn't understand of it.
Right. Right. Zero.
Normally you try and you go, what? Or something. But Scotland was gorgeous. We went to the Isle of Skye, which is just essentially like
some of the photos I did see. I'll let you like explain it in a second. But yeah, you could definitely tell the landscape and like the buildings. It's just a very beautiful place, and especially because you went and traveled to the land of the Isle. Is that what you said?
Yeah, Isle of Skye, which is like
I butchered that. Thank you.
You're close. I mean, that's probably in the Scottish terms how they say it. It's essentially if you're a hiker and you like to hike and you love outdoors and you love all that shit, this place is your heaven. It's nothing but like crazy hikes, waterfalls, fairy pools, like crazy views, very hikeable hills and mountains. It was gorgeous out there. We didn't do a lot of hiking, but we did stop off on some areas where you can jump out of a car and check it out. And the most sketch part of it is one lane highways on dirt.
One lane highways?
Not highway, sorry. One lane like dirt roads.
You have to like pull off to the side.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. That's no fun.
Yeah. So I'm driving.
What car are you whipping out there? Actually,
because
you're driving on the opposite side of the road.
A Volvo.
Okay.
Like Q something. Nice. It was good.
Okay. Love that.
It was fucking beepy though. So much tech in it. Oh my God. It would beep at you if you went over the speed limit, which I learned how to turn off. Thank God.
Thank Jesus. I mean, you're out there driving in the middle of nowhere at times.
Yeah. It's like beep, beep, beep. And you're going over. So turn that off. It's like lane correction.
I hate the lane correction. Let me fucking drive.
It even like fights you on it sometimes. So like if you're doing it, which like,
I've
when you first start driving out there, pretty nerve wracking.
Yeah.
Especially through Edinburgh. That was the toughest driving I've done.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think Edinburgh was that city like
drivey.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh, it can be?
Yeah.
You said no, I'm staying away as best as I can.
I drove. We had to because we just were doing excursions all outside of Edinburgh.
Dude, that must be such a trip to drive on the other side.
Yeah, Pop started off with the driving aspect of it. I think he wanted to say he did it. And then I was navigating, which I navigated like a boss.
That's such a dad thing to do.
Yeah, which was totally fine.
You know?
I was happy with him taking over. I didn't want to, it's also weird because it's not my dad, technically.
Right.
So I can't say like, hey, get the fuck.
Right. You're like, you got it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if it was my dad, I'd be like, I could be a little bit more like blunt about it, you know?
Yeah.
But and he's a good driver, so it's like whatever, he can do it and I can navigate. And
you're a great navigator.
Yeah.
You can rock the tunes, hanging out.
I was able to get him to like the place, and there's like a bunch of little side streets, and there's like yellow reds out there. Have you seen that?
What is a
yellow red? It'll go red, yellow, red, which means a green's coming.
Okay.
So if you're at a red light and you see a yellow, red, green's coming.
Gotcha.
Right.
Isn't that just kind of like, I don't know, just like red?
No, it goes red.
Yeah.
Yellow, red, green.
Oh, I see.
Instead of going green, yellow, red, it goes red, yellow, and yellow, red, green.
My brain's scrambled, but that's
right. So you're doing that,
but that's kind of
crazy.
And
you're driving on the wrong side, and you're driving on the wrong side of the road, and you're doing that through all the city there.
Give me the fucking train.
And there's a bunch of roundabouts.
Oh God.
So I drove the whole time, hours of driving. I'm talking like longest trips, like 4.5.
Did you ever get it like a good feel? You're like, I got this now.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I loved it.
Okay.
Towards the end of it, I was like, I fucking feel like a local.
Yeah. It's so sick.
I can whip this thing around, which I was happy about because now, like, forever driving in Europe will never be as difficult as it ever was in Edinburgh. Unless I'm not driving in Rome, I'm not driving by the fucking Louvre in Paris. Like, I'm not doing any of that type of driving. I'm talking like, if we wanted to go in Scotland and rent a car, like, I could get us anywhere we need to go.
That's fire.
Yeah.
But I can totally see how nerve-wracking that would be. The whole yellow-red thing. I still don't get it.
So driving, we're doing like the one raid. It was only like really bad one time. It was like sketchy other times, but the whole road up to see these fairy pools we went to go see. You know, my dumbass idea that like we should go see this and it'd be cool, and I'm doing like a full amount of research on the drive into it. You know, not thinking one lane road, you know? And sure as shit, it was, you're not used to it. You're like, I hit a couple of ditches, I didn't see them, you know?
Oh, damn.
Like, could have like totally popped a tire, kind of got through, thank God.
Jesus, dude, that's crazy.
And then started to like learn, watch out for the ditches. They have turnouts where you could turn out. Sometimes there wasn't. You had to pull up on the grass, stuff like that.
That's kind of
so
wild.
that once I did that and got through that, the rest of the driving in Europe was a breeze.
Okay.
So it was just like threw me into the deep end and I just kind of swam.
That's just also not the car. If you had like a Jeep or some sort of like Subaru, maybe like, you know, you could like, you feel maybe a little bit better about it, but
yeah, you could pop tires. Cause when we went to Ireland,
did you see anyone pulled over with a pop tire?
Yeah. It's happened right in front of me. Watch it happen.
Okay.
So
that's tough.
We'll get to that. Scotland, highlights of Scotland, like all the pubs, people were great. Vacation was great. We were excited for Ireland. It was like when Madison and I were going to go separate and just us two for like a week. And went off to Ireland, rented a car. Just her and I in the car. Madison navigated me the whole time. She did great.
Nice.
Only missed a couple of turns, and that's totally fine. That's going to happen out
Nobody's
there.
perfect.
Right. Just bounce back. Thank God, like we were talking about, like missing turns back in the day were a big deal because your MapQuest wouldn't update on the wrong turn you made.
Right.
So you got to get back to that road somehow.
Yeah. And it's
to get back to the directions.
It's a miss. Oh, you got to like turn in here and flip a U. You're like, oh my God.
Like, and are we even going the right way to get back onto the right thing? Like, how do we do this? Blah, blah, blah.
That's so funny.
Now on Google Maps, you go the wrong way. Like 2 seconds later, you're like, rerouting. All right, I lost 5 minutes. Oh, well.
Yeah.
You move on, you know? And Google Maps got us everywhere. Never got us lost once. We always found our destination.
Fire.
So Google Maps, shout out.
They're just a superior product.
I mean, I know Apple Maps doesn't take GPS location of certain areas. It doesn't matter.
Right.
I want to get to exactly where I want to get every single time.
It also does I think it does a better job of updating like live time traffic times, like ETAs.
It's just a way better way of getting around. It's not even close.
Yeah.
You can set like destination times and when to leave and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, it's nice.
So we're leaving the airport. This girl is like obviously sketched out.
Okay.
We don't know who's driving, but we end up finding it's two girls. She's obviously sketched out about the middle lane. Because there's no real like dividers. It's just car.
Right.
And you're kind of like zipping past each other. And some of these roads are like backcountry, driving on lakes. You know.
You gotta stick in.
People are zipping through these things. And you're coming into a turn too hot. Gets a little like, whoa. So you kind of always are like, you know, you're always paying attention.
That's always fun. Driving is like almost like a theatric situation.
I'll have to show you some of these videos of us driving afterwards. You're like, bro, this is the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And she's sketched out. And I'm looking to the left. There's 1,000 ditches on the left, so you can't go there. And she just takes one, hits it.
Oh, no.
Like, you know, you see the car go up. And we're like, oh, shit. Madison didn't see it. And I'm like, that girl just fucked her car up. I guarantee it. And sure as shit, they're like following us out because we're going to Galway.
Uh-huh.
And Landon and going to Galway. And I can pull up next to her, and I just see her car doing like the wheel thing.
That's brutal.
And I can just see it's a young, like our college granddaughter or high school granddaughter. And she's driving, and she looks spazzed the fuck out.
Oh, God.
She looks so nervous and scared. And I roll down the window, and I'm like, you got to roll down your window. I look at her, I'm like, your tires popped. You got to go back. I'm like, and she's like, what do I do?
She asked you that?
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, you're not that far from the rental car. I just turn back around and go to the rental car.
Right.
Just drive it right back.
Damn, she had to take an L and just flip around.
And I was like, good luck, and green light.
Hey, that really sucks.
Yeah.
It looks like that sucks. You can go that way. Help yourself. Bye.
You were not that far off.
No, I mean,
it's like she just pulled out.
Also, what are you gonna do? You're gonna like tow their car for them? Like they have cell phones. They can figure it out.
Yeah,
they
maybe
need their car.
I'm like, sorry,
whatever.
I helped you out. I gotta go. We're in the middle of a roundabout. I'm not gonna be any help to you.
No, you don't want to be in the same situation.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta go to Galway. The weather's coming. Galway was all time. My favorite city by far.
Yeah. Okay. What was the vibe over there?
Amazing. It was like a cross between like Santa Barbara.
Really?
And like crazy party streets. Like 2 or 3 crazy party streets.
That sounds fun.
It was a blast.
That to me, That sounds great.
It's like on the water, college town, as well as like good amount of college kids. Like some of the best food we had was out there. Like one of the best restaurants.
I feel like it'd be fun. It'd be fresh. It would be something a little
farm
bit
to
late.
table.
Yeah.
A lot of farm to table out there. The pubs were awesome.
Is that when you were like sending me a couple pics? That's when you were like going out on those nights? And having a pint?
Yeah, when I was at like the one I just went to was just across the street. Pretty much was a beer park, but they had a giant TV. Remember, like there was a huge TV. They would show like soccer games at football.
Yeah.
And I would go out there and like have a pint and kind of hang out. Most of the time we were in Galway, we were zipping around. We saw on the cliffs some more. We saw a castle.
That's cool.
Earth's Castle. Ireland was dope. It was fun just to get out there, man. Like, just to kind of travel and do the thing and be with your wife was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a trip that you guys wanted to do and said that you were going to do it. So
even though like, it wasn't the best decisions, like
Yeah, but I mean,
it was cool to follow through. It was like, hey, we're doing this. Like, no matter what, we're doing this trip, and it was like so worth it. So I'm hyped for you guys to go, like Japan.
Yeah, we want to try to do that.
And get that going. But, man, 43 minutes we're into this here.
And what else we got?
We could talk a little sports here. Quick update on that. USC's breaking my heart. I don't think they play Penn this weekend.
Are you picking up the pieces potentially after a win this weekend?
You have to be Penn.
Have to beat Penn because what now? They're 3-2.
Yeah, you have to be Penn, win out, and then you might have a shot at making top 12. I doubt it.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
It's crazy, man.
You can't lose to that team. Losing to Michigan's one thing.
By like 3, right?
And you should have beat them.
Yeah.
This guy broke a tackle. All they could do was run the football. They couldn't throw with the quarterback they had in. So a run was coming and they still beat us. That's fucking embarrassing. Like, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, it really is.
And we lost this last game, I guess, from some bullshit. I didn't get to fully watch.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of it.
It was like the last second touchdown they scored to go ahead. Shouldn't have been scored a touchdown because it was said like no touchdown. They went back and reviewed it and changed it, but there was no conclusive evidence truly to tell that they changed it. But they took it now. Alabama lost to Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I did see that.
That was crazy.
And they were storming the streets and with the goalposts.
Took the goalpost all the way to the
Fire.
river through downtown Tennessee.
Fire.
The quarterback at Vandy, I guess, is an all-time Johnny Manziel fan. You can kind of get the vibe of that, too, from watching him.
Dude's on top of the world.
So that was pretty cool. Some funny parts of the trip, I guess, I can go back to because I want to mention some of these. So Madison's a huge gift shop person.
Okay.
Right? Everywhere we go.
So funny. We went to Big Bear recently, and Katie had to go into the gift shops.
Have to go in the gift shops. I don't know what's up with these gift shops and bitches. They can't get enough of them.
They have to. They are literally like forced by themselves. Like, I need it.
Yeah.
I want it.
It's like, I just want to grab it and put it up on my junk shelf and never touch it again. As a kid, never went to gift shops.
You know what? I love the lollipops at the gift shops.
I don't know what. I would try to like finagle some bullshit toy, never got something.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, great. Well, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah, then let's move on, But we were.
Did you get anything cool?
I've got me, of course. We got whiskeys, we got shit
fire.
like that. Some like bags and blah blah blah. But so we're in this gift shop at Earth's Castle, which was ran by a nunnery at one point. It's a beautiful castle.
A nunnery?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nuns live there, they go to school there.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's a castle in the middle of nowhere on a mountain. And it's like...
And just a fucking gift shop up there?
They have a gift shop with like... We went through the castle. We went through their like garden. Went through their church. It's beautiful. But I'm tired. She's tired. I'm sick at this point, and we're trying to go to our next destination.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm in this fucking gift shop again looking at handmade soaps and chocolates. or whatever is going on. And I have zero interest at this moment. And Madison's going, what about this for this person? And what about this for this person? And I'm just losing patience. And I start going, I blow her off. I'm like, we really shouldn't be spending money. We should probably get going.
Right.
And she gets all bummed out in the car, right? And she's like, sometimes with shopping, I just want you to say like, oh, that's super cool and be interested. Doesn't mean I'm always going to get it. In fact, I usually don't get stuff. I'm like, all right, I can do that. If that's what you're looking for a little gas?
Right.
Deal. I got it. So the next gift shop we walk into.
Just fooled you. You walked right into this.
I walked right fucking into it. So the next gift shop we go into, she shows me some 2 fucking plates. And I walk in and I go, wow, those are the cutest fucking plates I've ever seen. Just to be like a little bit of a dick.
Right.
I always just turn it up to 12.
Right.
I go, that's some fucking great cutlery. You have to get that. And she's like, you're right, I do. And we buy the fucking plates. And I was so pissed.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Walked right into that shit. And I was like, I started laughing. I was like, I'm just going to let it go and I'll bring it up later when we're drunk. And she'll laugh at it then, you know?
Right.
I was like, whatever, she won. She beat me. And I brought it up later. And she's like, no, that wasn't what I was doing. That's not fair.
And now you're going to lie to me and try to get away with it?
Because you I played right into your fucking hand.
Right.
And she's like, not always do I go into a gift shop, do I get something? I'm like, yeah, you're right. Not always. But if you could, you would.
Right.
If I wasn't there looming over you.
Something is coming with.
Yeah. And I have to be the bad guy. Why do I have to be the bad guy, you know? I would love just to say, fucking ball out. I can't wait to do that for her one day. Ball out. Yeah. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that sounds great.
We're not there yet.
Right. We got to nickel and dime a little bit.
I'm like...
The fact that... I feel you. The fact that you're there is like, hey, that's nice. You know? Like, hey, we got here. We can't be looking at fucking little trinkets all over the place.
Not everywhere we go. Somebody
shot glass from every castle.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need the soap.
Yeah.
We don't need the chocolate. But I got the chocolate. The chocolate was fire.
I'm sure.
Those nuns can make the fuck out of some chocolate. We saw...
That's a hilarious story,
Mass and I went to the clubs on Friday.
That's fun.
Great. With the clubs, I mean like bars. It was super fun. What a great scene. And I walked past some weird religious shit, which was pretty funny. It was like Friday night before we went out, we were hearing some like weird clapping going on outside of our window.
Are you sure it's not for like soccer over there?
No, that's what I thought. I'm throwing everything in Mass. I see a girl come out in a white like chef coat, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's a weird Dublin, Ireland thing. They clap for their friends in a weird rhythmic pattern when they open the shop.
Right.
And she's like, all right, whatever, fuck it. When we walk past it, it's like smoke's coming out of it. There's a line of people, and they have like...
What are they doing?
Weird Santa Maria stuff inside the like office building thing they're in.
Huh.
And we Google it later, and it's this weird religious thing where it's like all the religions they take from each one.
Okay.
They put it in together, and it's like backed by something, and they were doing some weird shit. So Matt and I were all spooked out walking past it.
Okay, those people sleep next to us. Got it.
Got it. Don't go over there.
Head in a swivel, you know?
Yeah. And the pub's great. Pizza culture out there, crazy.
Really?
Yeah, Scotland, Ireland, there's pizza everywhere. Especially Ireland. Pretty good pizza, too.
Yeah? Okay, I was going to say, it sounds like... in a weird way, it could be like almost like a Japanese like type culture where like I make the fucking best pizza and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, there's places that have really, really great pizza. It's not like Japan obsessed though.
I got you.
Yeah, Japan obsessed is pretty next level.
Well, they're psychotic, so
yeah, they're like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs out there.
Yeah,
like when they go, we make the best coffee, and you're like, what are you doing? And it's like a 40-page documentary on their coffee roasting talents. Right. You're like, okay, you win. You're right. You know?
Got it. You won coffee. Got it.
Yeah. No beating that. They were really good. Like some of the places I walked by had that sticker.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
I can't believe you didn't hop on in.
I had pizza one night. Matt's not a huge fan of pizza.
Oh my God. If I could eat pizza every day, I probably would. If it's good pizza.
If I could, I would.
And if it's you have all the money in the world and you can eat pizza for dinner every night, I could
and not feel like dog shit afterwards.
And not feel like dog shit. Yeah.
Because I always feel like dog shit now.
Because it's good quality though too.
Yeah, so I had some good quality pizza. Food out there hit and miss. A lot of we found this breakfast like fast foodie thing. They do like baguettes. They cut up like a fried egg, sausage and potato.
That sounds fire.
Throw that in with some mayo. Throw that. Did that every morning pretty much.
Like 4 or 5 euros?
5 euros.
Oh, that's great.
Centra was what it was called. And they were all over the city.
Perfect.
And I would go in. I get mine with ketchup too. Gas.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about brown sauce?
I didn't have it. So if that answers your question.
You should have tried it.
I tried haggis.
Oh, really?
Tried haggis.
Wait, what's haggis? Is that like
innards?
Right.
Yeah.
Do they stew it though?
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you how they get it done.
Well, is it like a stewed situation where they break it up? Or is it more of like a ground beef?
Oh,
or is it kind of
fried it. They made it into a ground beef and fried it.
There we go. Okay. That's
like
kind
a
of
ball.
That's kind of what I was looking for.
Normally, they don't really soup it like a sausage patty.
Okay.
And they fried it up into like a little ball. It was fire. Little panko breadcrumbs around the outside of it.
That sounds interesting.
It was like funky ground beef.
Okay. I'm here for that.
It was like not really needed, but it was like, okay, that's fine. It's blood pudding. Had some of that.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of blood pudding.
Yeah, I'm not either. It's like, it's irony sausage.
Yeah, it tastes very minerally.
Right.
I'm like, that's off-putting.
Yeah, the breakfasts out there were okay. The coffees weren't very good either.
Really?
They're probably more known for hot coffees. I'm an iced coffee baby.
Yeah.
So, a lot of good cappuccinos for hot coffees. I probably messed up there, so that might be on me. But not a lot of great iced lattes. You know what?
You can't fault yourself for being a cold coffee lover. Because I'm a hot coffee lover. I'll get hot coffee when it's 80 degrees out. I don't really care.
Right. So it's just the coffee was everywhere you go. It's like a paper straw and like a weird lid. They don't believe in ice out there. Can't get any fucking ice. Yeah,
it's insane to me.
My theory on the ice thing is that they have bad ice. They don't use ice all the time because they have bad teeth, and it's gotta hurt their teeth. So it's less cold that their teeth don't hurt as much. Or here in America, you load those bitches up with ice, you're like, whatever.
Yeah, they sting, Yeah,
that's it.
At least it's refreshing.
Yeah, I mean,
I could definitely see that, dude. It's weird because London would be the same thing as well. There's just no ice like anywhere. And the
pints were great, cold. Guinness was delicious.
Yeah, the Guinness just hits different, huh?
Guinness was great out there, unreal.
I could drink 10 Guinnesses probably, no problem.
Oh, I'd be hammered. I had about 2, 3. Now I was pretty drunk.
Really?
It's kind of a lightweight out there. I was drinking whiskeys though. Whiskeys are fire out there. They serve whiskey with water and ice everywhere.
That's nice.
You get whiskey, and then you give you like a little water on the side and ice.
So you get a couple options. You could have it neat. You could have it with a splash of water, or you could have it with a couple cubes.
Yeah,
it's genius. Actually, that's really well done.
So I'm a big whiskey guy.
See, this to me all sounds great. It's all really cool.
Yeah.
All like the crazy experiences that you guys have.
Yeah,
awesome.
So Edinburgh and Galway. We want to move to Galway. That's how nice it was.
Damn.
It was
sounds awesome.
I'll have to show you pictures of Galway. You would love it. It's like on the beach, but you can like farmland too. It's like 15 minutes away. You can get to like the countryside.
So sick.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, Galway, Edinburgh.
What were the other cities that you went to?
Donegal, where Madison's like heritage is kind of from.
Okay. Is that more north?
Yeah, more north. So
gotcha.
we went to Galway, Donegal, then Dublin.
Okay.
We went to Edinburgh, Inverness, Isle of Skye.
Dude, you drove. How many hours did you drive? This is insane.
Probably
roughly like a day. You might have driven honestly
for sure like 24 hours.
That's wild.
Yeah, I drove it for like probably a full day out there. No, like probably like 16, 18 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Like the longest trip was like 4 hours.
That's not too bad.
On like pretty fun highway stuff. And
Yeah.
like it was a lot of travel, and looking back on it, I was like, ooh, but you got to see everything out there. Like, I feel like Edinburgh can give you a lot, but you need to do some day trips, and not everywhere in Edinburgh the day trips are like that great. And everyone talks about North Scotland being unreal
For like views and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just like a totally different environment.
You got to do it. You got to check it all out. You know, that's
like
that's
all the
only
touristy
downside.
stuff tells you like North Scotland.
Are the cities that different? Because clearly you're like saying like this one's for sure my favorite, but like to me, I picture all those cities being pretty much like relatively the same because they depict them the same in movies, I guess.
Yeah, like Scotland was totally different vibes in different places, but all like pretty old. In Scotland.
You just had some that were more younger crowd base versus like older crowd base.
And you drive through villages.
Yeah.
Like you drive through like pockets of like little downtowns.
Oh, I see.
Like maybe like 20, 30 buildings.
Okay.
And then you go out to the countryside again. So you drive through villages a lot. Every village has its own like unique vibe, which is cool.
Nice.
And Ireland was totally different. A lot more city. Less old. Oh, man. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the time. It's like...
Case of the Yannis.
Case of the Yannis and the Sleepies. Yeah, buddy. I mean...
It sounds like an awesome trip, dude.
Just talked about trips. And, made me miss our Europe trip together, which was completely epic.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
I was like thinking about, I'm like, we got to go out and do a you and I trip here soon.
I know. I keep seeing some of these like golf trips, and it's like, damn, that'd be sick. So as far as doing golf though out there, you kind of like checked it off the list, but you like didn't really check it off the list.
I would say say like I feel satisfied with what I played, but I'm definitely gonna go back one day and do a golf trip where. Now, that's probably how I would really want to experience Scotland and Ireland, because it's like you're going out and doing something and you can stay like kind of centrally located and play a bunch of golf.
Right.
But, and then it doesn't matter how big the town is because you're doing something during the day. Where
right.
Like,
you don't have to schedule it around a building you're trying to go check out.
Right.
You're scheduling around a golf course.
So you're like, we can stay here, drive an hour here, drive an hour there, blah, blah, blah.
You know that you're going to enjoy the building or the castle or the church.
Right.
But like at the same time, okay, I don't know. It seems like it's kind of almost redundant, maybe. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean,
we just love golf
point,
at that way.
Yeah, you get the real sense of the culture and the people and talking to them because of those courses, and it can bring you into cool areas, seeing cities you might not have seen.
Mm-hmm.
And then we stayed in Glasgow. We flew out of Glasgow, Glasgow wasn't very cool. Wasn't a very big fan of that. Our waiter got stabbed.
What?
Yeah, he like came up and he like had his hand wrapped and like other
what
things
the
wrapped.
Hell?
And he was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. It was like the hotel staff too. And we're like, oh, what happened? It wasn't like during our service, but it was like a while ago, I guess. And he's still healing from it. And he's like, oh, I got stabbed.
Damn. So what? Kind of just like a little scummy over there?
It just felt a little like scummy.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like that great and fun.
That
was the only city I was like, ooh.
I could hear it. I just hear Glasgow. You know,
Glasgow.
And you're like, ooh.
I'm sure we were in bad. I'm sure we're in bad parts of it or whatever. We legitimately drove there just to fly out the next morning.
I gotcha.
But anyways, buddy, do you got anything for the people? I know it kind of just rambled on there. We just talked about trips and hanging out.
I think it's fun, man. I think it's one of those things where you got to go. If you want to go do something, then just go do it. Honestly.
Yeah, it's
and
like
just find a way. I think that's just like a good takeaway, honestly.
Yeah, you just gotta make it happen. Like it totally shouldn't have happened this trip.
Yeah,
like
you already had shit booked. You just like fucking made it happen, though.
Yeah, which was cool. It was cool of us to finally just do it.
It's any like big purchase or big thing, married, buying a house, big trip like that is like sometimes it's not within the means. It's not the smartest thing to do, but then you're like, actually, like, why would we not? Like we can scrounge a little bit.
You just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Make it work.
So I think that's a cool message, man.
Absolutely, buddy.
I don't really have a whole lot. I'm trying to got my alumni game next weekend.
Oh, nice.
And normally I don't play in it because we're playing in the 4-man tournament
on Sunday.
The scramble on Saturday. And normally it's that day. It's the 20th we're playing in our individual tournament.
Right. We played the 20th last year too.
I know, but I think that's when your birthday fell on a Saturday.
Oh, so it's always on a Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So I'm gonna be playing in that. I'm scared for that, dude. Boys are balling, you know. But that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to see all those guys. But I'm really excited for a little golf as well because I just have not played at all. So I'm excited to talk about like some competitive golf.
We'll get back into the swing here in the next episode. More special guests probably coming here shortly too.
Yeah, we got to figure out the third mic.
We'll do that. We'll make it happen.
We can get a volunteer, maybe help us out.
Yeah,
show us the way.
Absolutely. All right, buddy.
I think that's an hour, dude. Let's wrap this.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe because we're in the Cabbage. We're not going anywhere. Just a reminder. Keep swinging.